Welcome to my quest guide for the Sleeping Giants quest, the new prerequisite for entering the Giants Foundry. The items you'll need for this quest are either ice gloves / a bucket of water, one teleport to get to this starting area, which will be a glory or a ring of dueling are the two best options. Then you'll need 3 oak logs, 10 nails of any kind, a hammer, a chisel, and then 1 wool. And to start the quest, you're going to want to go ahead and make your way over to the Giants Plateau. If we go ahead and pull it up on the mini-map, you are just east of Al-Kharid. The two easiest ways to get here are probably either a glory teleport or just running a little southeast using a ring of dueling. All you're going to do is run through this little pathway right here all the way around until you make your way into the plateau. And to kick off the Sleeping Giants quest, go ahead and strike the hill giant just east of the western cave and select option 1 to start the quest. Once the cutscene ends, go ahead and talk to Kovac, and he'll tell you all the tools we need to fix. And once we've talked with Kovac, go ahead and make your way just a few steps west and repair the broken polishing wheel. Select option 1, yes. Go ahead and make your way a few steps northeast and inspect the mold jug so Kovac can tell you what it does. And then make your way a few steps west and repair the broken grindstone. Once you finish the dialogue after repairing the grindstone, go ahead and repair the trip hammer just a few steps north. Then go ahead and inspect the preformed storage just a few steps north of that. Then inspect the lava pool. Then inspect the crucible just a few steps south of the bank. And then finally go ahead and inspect the waterfall to the west. And now that we've done all that, go ahead and talk to Kovac once again. And now it's time to make your sword. Go ahead and talk to Kovac once again. And we need to make a flat broadsword. Now if we've finished our dialogue with Kovac, go ahead and make your way a few steps south and search the crate. And you'll need 20 free inventory slots. So go ahead and make your way to the bank if you don't already have 20 free spots. And once you get 20 free spots, go ahead and search the crate again. And you'll select option 1 to take a random assortment of metal. Now that you have all the metal in your inventory, go ahead and make your way to fill the empty crucible. Just continue clicking through the options until you put all of the metal in your inventory in. Now once your crucible is full, go ahead and talk to Kovac again. And then go ahead and set up your mold. The Medusa is both broad and flat, so we're going to head and select that one for our first part. We'll select the Medusa for the second part, and then finally for the third, we'll just go ahead and select the Medusa as well, and set our mold. Now that the mold is set, go ahead and talk to Kovac again. And then go ahead and pour your crucible into your mold. And go ahead and pick up the mold if you do have ice gloves on, otherwise you'll need to cool it off with a bucket before you pick it up. Now that you have your sword, go ahead and talk to Kovac. And now it's time to make our sword. As you can tell, the first part is in red, and we're still in the red temperature, so go ahead and use your sword on the trip hammer. And we're just going to start working away until we can get this thing finished. Our temperature got too low before I could finish, so I'm going to go ahead and heat it back up. And now that we're back to hot, go ahead and make our way back to the trip hammer to finish off the red section. Oh, I made it too hot. So, as you can see, I was about to damage the quality because I jumped just 1 centimeter too far in the temperature, not realizing there was a slight gap right there. So now that we're back in the red, we'll go ahead and finish off our trip hammer task. We should be able to finish it before our temperature gets too cool. There we go. Now let's cool our sword all the way down to the bottom of the yellow area, and we can start using it on the grindstone. As you can tell by this little red marker, I haven't done too well. One big thing is I wouldn't take it too close to the edges on either side of the temperature zones. Just keep it kind of close to the middle and then just reuse it a little bit more often. Otherwise, you run into the problem of just barely bouncing outside of the temperature and damaging your final product. There we go. Now we're done with the yellow section, and finally we just need to move on to the polishing wheel. And one thing you'll notice is whenever you do bounce outside of the correct zone, there's a little highlighted white box around. You'll see right there, it pops off. And then it turns back on whenever you're actually within the correct temperature area. So make sure your area is highlighted white before you are using that specific tool, otherwise you are damaging your sword. Even if it looks like you're in the correct area, if it's not highlighted, you are not in the right color zone. For our green area, we want to be towards the high end because it's going to drop pretty quick as we're polishing it. So if we can't finish this off, we'll need to run back over to the lava real quick. We're about halfway, but we're losing temperature pretty fast. So we'll want to heat it back up to the higher end of this green zone. There we go. Don't go too far. And then back to the polishing wheel. Now let's finish it off on the polishing wheel. There we go. Now let's go ahead and make our way and talk to Kovac. Tell him you finished the sword. And there's quest complete. You have now completed the Sleeping Giants quest. You've earned 1 quest point, 6,000 smithing XP, and access to the Giants Foundry. That'll do it for this video. If you guys did enjoy this quest guide or found it helpful, consider dropping a like. It massively helps me out. And if you're not already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.